Hello, this is Nick Kapp, and this is a behind the scenes kind of or outtakes kind of look at Student's Choice for the PDA podcast. I'll be back in a second. Hi, everyone. I'm back, and I need to share my screen in a little bit. We are going to start three, two, one. Hi, everyone. This is Nick Kapp, and today's talk is going to be a little bit of a behind the scenes and a little bit of some knowledge of kind of where we are going with this. And the title of today's talk came from a paper that I read called Scientists Prepare for the Next Coronavirus Pandemic, Possibly as Early as 2028. I always start my talks with this slide. We go over an introduction after the theme song. This is the San Francisco Bay Area PDA student chapter. The academic advisor is me, Nick Kapp, for the student chapter. Maria de Aguilar is the president, but hopefully we will have a new president relatively soon. These talks are meant to be a series of a weekly podcast, roughly 5 to 10 minutes long, where I or possibly one of my students or even possibly you would come in and we would talk about a topic. What we intend to do is to basically inform and educate you, the new generation of pharma manufacturers, through a discussion of helpful links, stories, and interviews. This is meant for the very beginning biopharma manufacturers. And so it's meant to actually try and convert you, or to have you think, wow, you know what? I think I really want to do this. And so help us help you. If you have any topics that you want to discuss or that are coming about, let's go at them. And so what I really mean to do with these talks is that we would get some type of current topic that's going around, and we'll go into it in a little bit more depth. And then ideally, because we are PDA, we're going to be looking at how these things are manufactured, kind of what they are. We will also be looking at the regulation of these as well, looking at the FDA. And sometimes some of you don't know what the FDA even is or what it stands for. And so again, why we want to do this is because we are the student chapter of the San Francisco PDA. And so with this talk, what I want to say is that coronaviruses are a lot like cicadas. And so if you've seen, some of you, especially on the East Coast, may have seen that there are these very large insects that come out all at once every 15, 13, 17 years or so. Right now, we have Brood X that's going around. And so what we need to do is that if we are going to have coronaviruses come out every certain number of years, we need to prepare for the next pandemic now. How do we do that? And so again, how do we prepare for something that we don't even know yet? And so again, in this paper, what we're talking about, scientists are already preparing for the possible next coronavirus pandemic to strike, keeping with its 7-year pattern since 2004. And so according to the authors at Northwestern, is that we are seeing that a coronavirus pandemic or some type of infection when coronaviruses come out roughly every 7 years or so. I was not able to find that information, so I didn't necessarily want to talk about this. But again, the idea of thinking about coronaviruses like cicadas, of emerging in a regular pattern, is really interesting for me. But again, what this team is doing at Northwestern is they got a virus protein called NSP16, which is present in all coronaviruses. So again, if coronaviruses come out every 7 years, but we pick a portion of the coronavirus to make a drug to, or to make a vaccine against, that's common among all coronaviruses, then it doesn't matter what coronaviruses come out. It doesn't matter what change, the Delta variety, the Alpha variety, we would already have medications for that. And so again, I want to really relate this to the PDA. And when we're talking about the Peritoneal Drug Association, is that at PDA, our mission is to advance the pharmacological and biopharmaceutical manufacturing science. That is, we're the people who make the drugs for everyone else. And we have to do it under a certain set of regulations. And again, we're serving our patients. So unlike nurses and doctors and other people who physically get in front of somebody and help them get better, we are producing the drugs that would be injected into somebody that would make them better. And again, we've been really successful at this. And I want to basically talk about this a little bit with us. And so, again, in our sessions, what we're going to do here is we're going to try and look at both the science and the regulation for you. This is just one of my slides. Can do this. So in closing, can you tell me, is this politics or science? In this last year, we've had a number of talks where basically there's a lot of politics that are going into the choosing and the making of the drugs, or even whether you take the vaccine or not. And so it's a scary time. So thank you for tuning in and listening to a little bit about what we want to do with our Kapp blogs at SFPD ASE. Tune us in. We are at LinkedIn. We are on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Thank you very much.